Hello everyone and welcome back to the mdlove podcast. And just like I promised last time, today I'm starting my series Writing History, inspired by the fantastic website writinghistory.com, created by Taj Jackson. Don't forget to check it out. And just like the website, today we will start and talk about the allegations and how everything started. We will explore the heart-wrenching events that unfolded in 1993, events that would forever change the life of Michael Jackson. Our journey begins with an understanding of how these allegations came to be, exploring the relationships, misunderstandings, and the rain of decisions that led to a storm of controversy. In 1993, Michael Jackson was riding high on the waves of his success. Known for his groundbreaking music and matchless performance abilities, he had captured the hearts of millions around the world. It was during this period of success that he crossed paths with a family that would change the course of his life. Michael first met Evan Chandler, a young boy who was a devoted fan. Jordan's biological father, Evan Chandler, was a dentist who had dreams of breaking into the film industry. Michael, known for his kindness and generosity, quickly formed a bond with Jordan. The young boy found in Michael a friend and mentor, someone who encouraged his creativity and imagination. Their friendship blossomed, and Michael often invited Jordan and his family to Neverland Ranch, a place designed to be a sanctuary of joy and wonder. However, this seemingly innocent friendship soon took a dark turn. Evan Chandler, who initially appeared supportive of his son's relationship with Michael, began to harbor hidden motives. Chandler, the father, had approached Michael with a proposal for a screenplay, hoping that Michael's influence could bring his Hollywood dreams into a fabulous and glamorous reality. When Michael politely declined, Evan's demeanor shifted dramatically. He had decided to get money out of Michael in any way possible, using whatever and whoever he could, including, or should I say mainly, his own son. Evan Chandler initially demanded $20 million from Michael for 4 screenplays, $5 million each, paid over a 4-year period. These were the terms that he first laid out to not go public with the accusations, and Michael refused. After Evan's initial financial demand, Jackson's PI, Anthony Pellicano, offered $1 million to see how Chandler would react. He rejected the offer, expecting the numbers would be much higher. Chandler's frustration grew. It was this frustration that planted the seeds of a revengeful plan. In conversation recorded later, Evan explicitly stated his intentions to destroy Michael's career and reputation.
This man is going to be humiliated beyond belief. He will not believe it. He will not believe what's going to happen to him. Beyond his worst nightmares. Sell one more record.
This attorney I found, I interviewed several, and I picked the nastiest son of a bitch I could find. Once I make that phone call, this guy is just going to destroy everybody in sight. Any devious, nasty, cruel way that he can do it. And I've given him full authority to do that. It'll be a massacre if I don't get what I want.
If I go through with this, I win big time.
I will get everything I want, and they will be destroyed forever. They will be destroyed. June is going to lose Jordy. She will have no right to ever see him again.
Yeah.
That's a fact, Dave. That's what's
Does that help?
Michael's career will be over.
Does that help Jordy?
Michael's career will be over.
And does that help Jordy?
It's irrelevant to me.
Yes, in this tape you can hear how he made it clear that the well-being of his own son, Jordan, was secondary to his desire for revenge and financial gain. This chilling admission, captured on tape, revealed Evan's true motivations: to humiliate Michael Jackson and to use his own son as a pawn in a malicious scheme. The news about the allegations came to Michael in the most shocking time. Just moments before he was to take the stage for the dangerous tour in Bangkok, Thailand, Michael was informed of the allegations. The news hit him like a train. If I am allowed to express my personal opinion, the timing of bringing the news to him was very insensitive and unnecessary. They could have waited until the end of the show. It's not like he could have done anything in that moment. Upsetting him right before he goes out to entertain his fans and enjoy what he loved, which was spending time with his fans and perform for them, they could and should have handled the situation a lot better. Michael took the stage a short time after getting the upsetting news. There's a famous image of him with a tear coming down his face at the beginning of that show. He was clearly not ready to receive such devastating news. However, Michael, as upset as he was still, as always, a professional. Not wanting to upset his fans, he continued to perform the entire show. Determined to clear his name and fight the accusations, Michael initially wanted to take the matter to court. However, his legal team advised against it, warning that the process could take years and severely impact his career and personal life. Unwillingly, Michael agreed to settle the case, paying around $15 million to the Chandlers. It's crucial to understand that this settlement was not an admission of guilt, but a pragmatic decision to move on with his life and preserve his sanity. Again, I will add my personal opinion. I don't believe this case would have dragged for years. Learning of Evan Chandler's money problems at that time, I doubt he could have paid and kept a lawyer for so many years. However, with him wanting so badly to hurt Michael, he would have found a way to hurt him, most likely through the media, who were more than happy to do it for free, as they proved it too many times. There's no doubt that this story broke Michael's heart and led him to a rehab facility later on. And it is important to understand that this pressure wasn't so much from the extortion itself, but more from how the media treated him at that time, and was more than happy to tell the world that Michael is a child molester. They didn't care to search for any evidence. It wasn't the truth that they cared for. Just like Evan Chandler, their eyes were on the money as well. It is no secret that Michael's name gets a lot of attention from the public. That attention for the press translated to a lot of money. So as long as the money is flowing, what does it matter if the story is true or not? You have a story about the King of Pop? They won't bother to fact check, as long as they get a fat check. As Michael wrote in his song, they will do anything for money. The decision to settle the case was one of Michael's biggest regrets. That regret led him to fight for his name in the 2003 allegations, but we will get to that later. The toll these events took on Michael was profound. The stress and emotional pain he endured led him to be dependent even more on the painkillers he has used for his physical pain he dealt with for the many injuries he suffered from. Recognizing his struggle, his dear friend Elizabeth Taylor intervened. With her support, Michael checked himself into a rehab facility, seeking help for his dependency on painkillers and a break from the non-stop stress. The media's role during this time cannot be overlooked. From the moment the allegations surfaced, the press latched onto the story with a passion that bordered on frenzy. Headlines screamed accusations, and nightly news broadcasts dissected every detail, often with a presumption of guilt. The court of public opinion was swift and unforgiving. Instead of seeking truth and justice, the media revealed in the scandal how they eager to tarnish Michael's image without concrete evidence. They found perverse pleasure in bullying him, treating the entire saga as entertainment rather than the deeply personal and painful ordeal it was. What's striking in retrospect is the glaring question that the media failed to address. Why did the case end in a financial settlement rather than a quest for justice? If the primary concern had been the well-being of Jordan Chandler, wouldn't the family have pursued a criminal trial to ensure that justice was served? Instead, the focus was on money, a fact that casts a long shadow of doubt over the true motivations behind the allegations. For years, everyone is asking, why did Michael pay if he is innocent? When the real question should be, why did his parents agree to take the money or asked for it in the first place if their child was really molested? Does that money supposed to magically make the trauma disappear? It is important to remember that no matter in how many damaging ways his father tried, Jordan Chandler has never testified against Michael, and in fact, many years later admitted that nothing ever happened, and it was all an evil plan by his father to get money from Michael. According to Katherine Jackson's Michael's mother, Jordan wanted to take the stand in the 2005 trial in order to help Michael win the case, and to tell the world the truth. Unfortunately, he was informed by the insurance company that paid his father back in '93 that by admitting his whole story was false, he will have to pay them back the entire settlement pay. Personally, I don't understand why should Jordan pay when he was a minor at that time, and clearly he was not the one that actually asked for that money, and never testified as a minor or as an adult that Michael did anything wrong. His testimony could have not only helped the case, but could have finally cleared Michael's name once and for all. But as you know, things are never simple. Another piece of information I found very interesting. Evan Chandler was not really part of his son's life and neglected him both emotionally and financially, not paying child support for many years, until he had learned that his son has a new friend who just happened to be the biggest star in the world. He was very quick to fix the relationship with his son and join him to get to know his new very important friend. Michael Jackson was a man who dedicated his life to bringing joy to others. His music, philanthropy, and genuine love for people were testaments to his character. Yet, in 1993, he was forced into a nightmare, accused of unspeakable acts by a man driven by greed and revenge. The impact on Michael was profound, affecting his health, his spirit, and his trust in the world around him. It's easy to look back and judge, to get caught up in the sensationalism of the headlines. But we must remember the human being at the center of this story. Michael was more than an icon. He was a person with feelings, weaknesses, and a deep desire to be loved and understood. The events of 1993 were a tragic chapter in his life, one that left deep scars. As we reflect on this period, let us approach it with empathy and compassion. Let us remember that beneath the glitz and glamour of celebrity lies a person who, like all of us, faces trials and tribulations. Michael Jackson's legacy is not defined by the accusations, but by the immense joy and inspiration he brought to countless of lives. Let us honor that legacy by seeking truth, showing kindness, and remembering the man who gave so much of himself to the world. And one last thing about this case. A short time after Michael Jackson was announced dead, Evan Chandler committed suicide. Many believe that because of the timing of the act that it has something to do with this case, and he actually felt guilty. Again, I will share my opinion. A man with his level of narcissism is not capable of feeling guilty about anything. This was probably to get himself out of another dark hole he created himself. Thank you for being with me in another episode of the mdlove podcast. If you have questions or you feel like I have missed something about this case, please let me know. Use the comment section to let me know. And I will talk to you on the next episode of the mdlove podcast.
And fans, I wish to convey my deepest gratitude for your love and support. I am doing well and I am strong. As you may already know, after my tour ended, I remain out of the country undergoing treatment for a dependency on pain medication. This medication was initially prescribed to see the excruciating pain that I was suffering after recent reconstructive surgery on my scalp. There have been many disgusting statements made recently concerning allegations of improper conduct on my part. These statements about me are totally false. As I have maintained from the very beginning, I am hoping for a speedy end to this horrifying experience to which I have been subjected. I shall not in this statement respond to all of the false allegations being made against me, since my lawyers have advised me that this is not the proper forum in which to do that. I will say that I am particularly upset by the handling of this mass matter by the incredible, terrible mass media. At every opportunity, the media has dissected and manipulated these allegations to reach their own conclusions. I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent. I have been forced to submit to a dehumanizing and humiliating examination by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff Department and the Los Angeles Police Department earlier this week. They served a search warrant on me which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my penis, my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted. They were supposedly looking for any discoloration, spotting, blotches, or other evidence of a skin color disorder called vitiligo, which I have previously spoken about. The warrant also directed me to cooperate in any examination of my body by their physician to determine the condition of my skin, including whether I have vitiligo or any other skin disorder. The warrant further stated that I had no right to refuse the examination or photographs, and if I failed to cooperate with them, they would introduce that refusal at any trial as an indication of my guilt. It was the most humiliating ordeal of my life, one that no person should ever have to suffer. And even after experiencing the indignity of this search, the parties involved were still not satisfied and wanted to take even more pictures. It was a nightmare, a horrifying nightmare. But if this is what I have to endure to prove my innocence, my complete innocence, so be it. Throughout my life, I have only tried to help thousands upon thousands of children to live happy lives. It brings tears to my eyes when I see any child who suffers. I am not guilty of these allegations, but if I am guilty of anything, it is of giving all that I have to give to help children all over the world. It is of loving children of all ages and races. It is of gaining sheer joy from seeing children with their innocent and smiling faces. It is of enjoying through them the childhood that I missed myself. If I am guilty of anything, it is of believing what God said about children. Suffer little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven. In no way do I think that I am God, but I do try to be God-like in my heart. I am totally innocent of any wrongdoing, and I know these terrible allegations will all be proven false. Again, to my friends and fans, thank you very much for all of your support. Together, We will see this through to the very end. I love you very much, and may God bless you all. I love you. Goodbye.